So sorry, but I'm not taking off my glasses.
Lockyer takes a shot, it's low! He's got it! I think he's got it!
Merlin, are you going to speak?
But for me, it was a winner. David.
Well, I'm afraid it wasn't for me, Margaret.
Thank God you're here. Grandma's been raped.
On.
Welcome back to On the Air Tonight, the number one podcast that reviews free-to-air television, sometimes but not all the time. This week we have a special episode for you. As always, I'm Jacob.
As always, I'm Tom.
And I'm Keith.
G'day, Keith.
Hello, Slimcock.
A very special episode this week. We flirted, we were very coy about it last week, but we said we'd be having someone on, or we didn't. I just said that
we alluded.
We alluded to the fact that we might have someone on the joining us this week, and it's none other than Keith Slimcock himself.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us, mate.
We've got a face to the name.
Yes.
This is
I've been doxed.
Yeah, people will find that mustache, mate. Keith is sporting an absolute swashbuckler, so that's why I recommend you go on YouTube to get the visuals as well as the audio.
How long have you had the mo for?
I think like 6 weeks, 8 weeks maybe.
Okay.
Grew it out for a wedding. I thought it looked good with that.
Was it for the wedding?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to look a bit more manly, so.
It's very manly.
It's a thick,
It's fucking thick, isn't it?
You could give me 17 lifetimes and I would never grow fucking upper lip hair like that.
Just don't have the colour. I lack the colour that you boys have.
Yeah.
Tommy would get a good one.
Yeah, it does get thick. It fucking annoys me though. Mine goes like up my nose and gets me sneezy.
That's
You got to trim that, baby.
strange.
My mo grows backwards.
Hair growing up.
Yeah, my hair defies gravity.
Yeah, my pubes do the same. They're just tickling my belly button all the time.
I'm like a Marge Simpson mustache kind of guy. It grows straight up. Yeah, and it's blue, which is weird.
A Marge stash.
Yeah, Marge stash.
Very nice.
Welcome to the show, Reecey.
Thanks, mate. Yeah.
No,
Long time.
you
listener,
go.
First time guest.
Yeah.
So Jakey had been sort of asking me a few times to come on, and I was sort of, yeah, one day, but finally made the step.
Mate, first time guest, maybe first of many. This is a trial run, so fucking pressure's on. If you're not good enough, we're not going to talk to you for the rest of our lives.
Geordie back.
Yeah.
Who? Nah.
Melbourne has him now.
Yeah.
If you don't know Keith is, as he said, longtime fan of the show. Has often jested that he's been our producer or wanted to become our producer for the show. You've just leapfrogged role of producer of being Waterboy straight into just being star of the show, mate.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I do like leaving the old reviews. As Tommy says, I let them bank up for a while and then just unleash a bit of a...
You're a no fap reviewer.
Yeah.
You get off the faps for like 30 days and just fucking bust a load.
Explode.
Yeah. I let it all bank up. But no, I enjoy what you guys do and I just kind of, leave little ideas there and just sort of make a little add to the universe.
Yeah, you've definitely
OTAT.
built out the OTAT metaverse.
It was very, very two-dimensional before we started getting interaction with, for lack of a better term, audience or fans. So as soon as we get people like yourself, like Animal Chin, like Lance, part Australian, part Chinese, really makes a three-dimensional world we can live in.
You're part of the law. You're truly OTAT law at this point.
Yes, no, thank you. No, I like that Pap he's there every week. He's
Every week operator.
Yeah, he's the one that just keeps the show, keeps it moving.
If we didn't have a Lance Farrelly review to go to every week,
This would be dead in the water.
we'd be lost.
Yep.
Yeah, fucking dead in the water.
We'd be in that houseboat on the Brisbane River sinking towards the bottom.
Getting sucked under.
And then trying to go to the pub afterwards.
So it's you people, the fans, that keep us lifted. But we brought a residential expert. I don't know if you know, but Keith's actually studied free-to-air television for 18 years at university. Keith, could you give us a little bit of a rundown? What's some of the greatest moments in free-to-air television for you, mate? Even just
Free to wear. I'll go back to the beginning. I can remember. Good place to start.
I can remember hot dogs on Big Brother.
No, I just remember sort of watching cartoons as a kid, running downstairs and get the aerobics to come on a bit earlier.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
No, I was watching Saturday Disney, Mum. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, you get to look at that and you watch your cartoons and then
Bit of rage.
Rage is good. Then just
You're a cheese TV operator?
Yeah, I got into cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese that's a while ago.
Yeah, that was weekday. That was a weekday
Oh
cartoons.
yeah, before school.
Yeah, before school.
No, I used to hammer that before. Yeah. walking down to school. But
Yeah.
then like after you come home and I did get into the home and aways and like the survivors and those, just those ones that yeah.
Yeah.
Were you
time slot.
Were you in the same book? I don't know about Tom, but for me, very strict on TV for like my first like probably 13 years. Like it was, you can watch the news, you can watch Neighbours and Home and Away, and then you got to go to bed.
As in your parents?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm not. I'm
Laying your
no,
own
the family dog's putting it on. I want to watch Dr. Harry. You can't. Go to bed.
Just thought you were disciplined and you just hitting yourself. No.
11-year-old me, like, I got to get up for training in the morning.
Grind set 7-year-old.
I got
My Cheerios every
I
morning.
got 13 hours of zombies to play on the Modern Warfare 2 server.
Yeah.
No, to answer your question, yeah, I did have sort of strict rules. Probably the biggest one, no Simpsons.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yeah, that
got
was
that.
massive.
You're a no Simpsons
Yeah,
kid.
I hate it.
Up until what age?
I don't know, I guess until, like 17, 16.
Really? A late one? Like,
Yeah,
full,
like it'd never be on. It'd be like if I go to a mate's place, like
hectic, man. I had that rule, but probably around like, I reckon 13, 14, my parents let up.
Yeah.
Because just Papkas was a big enough fan of it that he was like, I can't rob my children of such great writing.
It's a bit hypocritical if I'm like, no, you can't watch this trash. I'm like, oh, this is the best show I've ever seen.
Yeah. Fuck.
yeah, he's just recording it and watching it later at
Yeah.
night.
Oh,
Oh, what are you
100%.
doing? Go to bed.
That's why he ended up showing me Pulp Fiction at like 14 because he was like, I'll show you this when you're 18 one day. And then he couldn't not rent it. And he was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, here's Uma Thurman on heroin. I'm sure this won't give you nightmares.
Nah, you're a well-adjusted human. I'm sure it had no lasting effects.
Didn't play a
Didn't
part.
affect your dreams or anything like that.
That's crazy, dude. 17 with no Simpsons.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd catch like bits, like being at say like friends' houses for barbecues and stuff. And
Yeah.
you'd be sitting and your mum would sort of walk past. Oh, no Simpsons. But,
Yeah.
but you're in someone else's house, so she can't really, you know,
Enforce the
establish-
law.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Has that affected your like understanding of Simpsons references in everyday life now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Like, probably a lot. Like just random little like
Yeah.
jokes.
Ones that
from
most
The
people
Simpsons.
get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You don't
I'm
get.
Like, the occasional one, I'll be like, yep. But
Okay.
people are posting memes, even like the little memes come up in the group chat. You're like,
Yeah.
nah,
Don't know what that's
that
from.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's like 17 is too old to like play enough catch up on
Yeah.
your own.
And there's a lot of catch up to
There's a
do.
lot of
You,
catch
you,
up.
you could, but I feel like you've missed that point where it's a part of your childhood. Like I was
Otherwise,
very,
it's homework, right? If you're just trawling through seasons,
you're just
right.
binging it hungover or something.
Yeah.
I was very much the same. Like mum was pretty strict with not being able to watch The Simpsons or South Park or any of those. And I can remember one time when I was 14 and my brothers were staying over, they're a bit older. She was like, all right, you can sleep on the mattress in my room. I was like, all right, sweet. And she's like, it's time for bed. It was like 9 o'clock. I was like, all right, fine. Went to bed and I was like, oh, South Park starts in like 15 minutes. So like chucked on South Park in her room and like she could hear the TV. I could only assume she heard the TV come on, like burst in the room and like saw me just like watching. This Bigfoot's dick. I was like, you little shit. Fucking turn that off. Get to bed right now. I was like, oh, I'm not watching cartoons again.
Mum, it's just Cartman raping Kenny. What's the problem?
It's a Christmas poo. It's wholesome. All right.
You don't get it? It's just a racist Asian chef. What's the problem?
Yeah, that's got to be one of the most sort of out there cartoons. Back,
yeah.
When it started.
Oh, dude, you had Simpsons, but then there was like South Park was another fucking level.
Yeah.
So if you're like, you were saying you don't get everyday Simpsons references, if I'm to throw like a Homer and a Moo Moo at you,
I know what wearing like a shower cap, pink, like Moo Moo.
when he gets fat, when he gets really fat.
Yeah, so I know what a Moo Moo is.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you like what episode, what else happened in the episode or anything like that.
I'm just thinking of like iconic Simpsons moments and like what that would be like to not know them.
Yeah.
You can't imagine.
Can't imagine. This is in existence. I don't want to know.
But like you're saying, like you can't go back. It's written in two different levels. Like it's written
Yeah.
for the kids and you laugh at it then. And then you can go back and watch it
That's
when
the
you're
thing,
older
right?
and laugh at it. But when you're in between, it's kind of like
Yeah.
you're in between both references.
Yeah.
100%. You miss the stage of, oh, I get that now. I've always known the line, but
Yeah.
now I'm an adult, I understand
Yeah,
it.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Miss Crabapple being like, they're faking it.
Yeah.
Like, as a kid, never got it.
Yeah.
Those little bunnies in the sex video. Yeah. She's just like punching a diary. She's faking it.
Yeah.
Dad always lost his shit at that. And I was like, Laughing along with him, no idea what's up.
Little mimicking dad, just it's funny. Laugh at that.
Yeah.
And then you try and pull out the line at like some like point where it has no context. Just like, so how's school going? She's faking it. What? What, Tom?
No one's laughing, Tom. How come when Crabapple says it, everyone laughs? Yeah.
Got to work on your timing.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. So you as a spud, as a potatter, I think we can call you a day oneer, right?
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
One of the original day oneers. It's like you, Matilda Sweeney.
Let's not name them because we
It's an exclusive group.
We did this once before where I made the sorry mistake of going, if you started listening yesterday, you mean as much to me as people listened from day one, and then like 10 people messaged me like, fuck you, dude.
Okay.
Fucking hate you. Like, your podcast sucks. I was listening to this because I wanted to support you. You garbage. Now you're just like throwing it back in my face. I was like, all right, well, now I really don't like you.
Got a few unfollowed.
Yeah. Fucking hell. But it's good to know we've got at least 10 people to get angry at us that were day oneers.
That's true. They're invested enough.
We don't hear anything unless we're making them mad, you know? We've got to enrage them sometimes to get the support.
It's interesting. Can't actually get involvement from people unless they're passionately upset with us.
Unless we're really pissing them off. So, Reecey, you know Jacob from school.
Correct.
You boys
Keith.
Keith. No, you can dox me.
You just doxed him.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been doxed.
okay. I was like, did I just say your actual name?
It's not like you putting your face out there on YouTube isn't going to do the truth.
You sort of want to mask.
Hang on a second. His name's not really Keith.
Fuck
Yeah,
is Reece?
we've known each other 14 years, 15 years now.
Muffed.
Yeah.
14 years. So is that just high school?
Yeah. So, I remember meeting Reece, and I think we sparked up a conversation about AFL because he had a Hawks 2008 pencil case, and we were going to maths. You remember our maths teacher?
Yeah, mine is.
Yeah.
He was a mad man.
Just the worst anger management issues you've ever heard. Nothing like Tom's dad or Lance is a maths teacher, but this is math.
Yeah.
This is mathematics.
Yeah, he did ram it down your throat. He was a hard operator.
He was a psycho, man. Off tangent, but whatever. I remember one day we were in class and I had to go to my grandfather's funeral. And
Sounds like a sorry excuse to get out of.
yeah, it was. I get out of double maths. I was like, 14-year-old me is like, thank fuck I don't have to do double maths, but I got to bury my grandfather.
Good time to die, granddad.
And I remember him like Mr. Moniz, let's dox the cunt as well. He was like, all right, everyone has got to get this exercise done in a double period. I was like, yeah, no worries. I got to leave like 15 minutes in, so like I didn't do any work. And then he was like, I was like, oh, I've got this funeral I've got to go to. And he's like, can I see your work? I was like, yeah, but I haven't finished. And like he took one look at it, and like, you know, that really, I don't know if you guys ever had it, but that really aggressive, like, not assaulting you, but like a teacher shoving a book back in you, like almost pushing you. Like he threw it back in my chest and like pushed me at the same. He's like, get out of my class. I was like,
God,
So you just shoved the eulogy just back in you.
shove this fucking 30-kilo maths textbook in my face. It's like me 14-year-old like pretending to cry and be like, yeah, I got the day off.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go say some sad shit at my granddad's funeral. Yeah.
No, I do remember that class though, yeah. So we met there, and then we were good mates in high school all through going parties and parties.
Yeah.
And just
I know parties, dude.
just sort of getting to know each other, and then we lived together. We were 18, 19.
Yeah, pretty much straight out of high school.
That was a wild time.
You've actually got a very rich tapestry towards that point in time. Reece was actually became a semi-viral celebrity at one point in year 12. In year 12, there was a competition running for schoolies. I'll let you tell this story.
Oh no, you're doing it. You're doing it.
All right. Well, so they had this thing on Facebook where it was like whoever.
Sorry, killing my ears.
Sorry, we were too loud.
Yeah, I got it.
I did turn the headphones up a little bit, so I don't think it's peaking. But
Anyway, bouncing off the mic.
Sorry, I'm just gagging thinking about you, mate.
Thank you.
But no, Reece. So yeah, there was this contest for schoolies where you had to post a photo of yourself, and I think you either got free accommodation or you got something.
It's like a pimp my schoolies thing, and they're like, yeah, you get a couple of grand, you get like accommodation upgraded, and I don't know, honestly, they probably weren't serving drinks, but like just
Yeah.
took you on a few day trips and shit like that.
Yeah.
And
A couple of bikini girls.
yeah,
A couple
I'm sure,
of meter modes.
I'm sure that was thrown in too, but
It was a good few $1,000s worth of prizes.
Yeah. And yeah, we were pretty pumped. Like we knew about the competition. I don't know if I ended up getting a photo. We were out at pre-drinks one night and just covered in goon bags. Got this photo and we'd have to pull it up. Like,
Yeah, I think I was going to say we'll use that. I think we'll crop that for the thumbnail this week, or at least use that for some sort of social media. So the contest was to post a photo of yourself, and a lot of people are posting like, "Hey, my name's fucking David. It's David and Keith are my dads," and just like them trying to be as hot as possible, and like they're getting like 50 likes, 100 likes.
Yeah.
Reece comes in doing what's the DiCaprio painting where God's touching David? Is it or something?
Yeah, it's like
of
no, it's
Hand of God? Is
Yeah,
it?
man touching God.
It's not Hand of God. That's
no,
what.
that's Madonna. Isn't
You
it?
talking about on the top of the Sistine Chapel?
Yes.
Yeah, it's it's God touching man. That's
Yes.
the two fingers.
Yeah. Do you know what the name of the painting is?
No.
Okay. We're all cultured, so clearly. But
Hand
yeah,
of God.
Reece replicated that. He's naked on the ground. So it's a bird's eye shot of him on the ground with one goon sack over his dick.
Yeah.
And he's like lying on a bed of goon sacks going and touching, I think, another goon sack.
I think my hair was just in the air. I think I had a cigarette behind my ear. And I just
That's
like,
right,
reaching
yeah.
for the air, but
Fuck
it's
yeah.
it's quite a funny photo. But
Barely 18, Reece.
I think we must have been.
You were 18.
Thereabouts. Yeah.
I remember the uproar because you were 18, so the photo was technically legal, but also it was advocating binge drinking, alcoholism at that age.
And I think that was my downfall.
That was
because
that was the technicality.
I got like 1,000 likes, and I was looking real good. The next was like, I don't know, a couple of hundred. And so we're all like, boys, we're going to
We've won
the
this.
best schools ever.
We've won
And
this.
then they released the results, and it's just some bloke like giving the thumbs up.
Really?
Yeah, that's
He
what
won
some
it.
Some coasty
Some
looking
nerd.
fella.
Yeah, just not even doing a shuckers, just double thumbs
Yeah.
up.
So what? You got famous for the wrong reasons.
No, like
Did
I
you go
think-
viral in a bad way?
No,
No.
people just, I guess, knew that photo.
It just
Yeah.
it gained traction, so it didn't go like viral, like 1 million likes or anything. But like in our little circle in Brisbane, it's like 1,000 likes. Like the most I've ever seen on a photo is like 12.
Especially Instagram back in the day.
Facebook. This was like 2011 Facebook.
Yeah, that's
this is
huge.
a long time ago.
Like
That
you,
is big.
You would have had
Before viral.
you would have had a better chance winning the contest if you're in blackface. Like, that's how anti drinking they were.
Yeah, and that was a long time ago. Sign of the times. Blackface probably would have flew back then too.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
But then so I think that's where the you've had a lot of pseudonyms in your time, but Goonie McReecey,
Yeah, the Goon King. Yeah,
the Goon King, that's right.
Is that your Instagram handle? Goon
that is.
Chronicles?
That's what that's from. Yeah,
that's what that's from.
Another one of our mates just sort of made that spin-off nickname.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dino used to call me. Shout out Dino. Used to call me Goon McReecey.
And he was Deanie McShirtoff.
Deanie McShirtoff.
Deanie
Again,
McShirtoff.
I have no idea where these, how these started. But
I remember you used to write stories like the tales of Goonie McReecey and Deanie McShirtoff in your iPhone. Like,
that's just in my notes. That's where this creative writing.
that's
goes.
right, yeah.
That's you leaving a review every 3 weeks.
like,
That's just
yeah.
an adventure of Goonie McReecey.
Yeah. Pretty well.
Like,
Into my mind.
A lot of the jokes were like you needed to be either close to Reece, going to school with Reece in the same grade as Reece to get a lot of the jokes because they were formed around teachers or students. But like, fuck, like there's been very few times in my life where I'm aching, like I can't breathe in. I'm laughing so hard reading these shitty little note stories that you put together.
Is it Goonie McReecey was like the main character?
Yeah.
And he's like a dirt piece of shit?
I think
or-
it was I think I was sort of pumping my tires up like I'm the good guy.
I'm a sick cunt.
And then Dino was just like the crumb, like the no
okay.
good.
You were the protagonist.
Yeah,
You were the
yeah.
protagonist.
But I think I wrote like 10 little short stories. They're still on my phone.
Have you still got them?
I was gonna say let's put one of those.
We'll buy one and put it on our Patreon when we make one.
The references will make no sense.
I was
to the
gonna
listeners.
say that probably won't play well for anyone who doesn't know who you are personally.
It's just it's beautiful writing.
Yeah.
And then as you said, we were lucky enough that you, me, and another good friend of ours, Biddy, were able to get a share house together at like 17, turning 18. Big fat Queenslander with a big pool. Like, I don't think we weren't on the lease. It was our third mate's dad who was like, oh, I'm renting the place and I'm subletting it to my son and his 2 mates.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
no one was
no
gonna
responsibility.
Yeah,
Oh,
essentially. That's,
Yep.
yeah.
We were beyond, we were not prepared at all. Like, I remember the
For
first.
like cleaning a Queenslander, you mean? Like
Just being an adult, man, like
yeah,
surviving.
cooking, yeah.
Like I think
that is young to be like in this day and age. That's young to be out with like 3 other dudes in a house.
no, yeah. There's no like actual adult there,
Yep.
or no one basically able to show us the way. Like we lived off a steady diet of like meagering and $5 6-inch Subway.
And those Miller's chills, just beer. We'd drink beer after
oh, man.
every night. We'd be drinking beer
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
first couple of months. Of like,
Yeah, because you're like, this is sick.
this is living.
The novelty's never gonna wear off.
no.
Parents aren't home.
It was a party.
Yeah, I've got the house to myself again.
To put in
Every night.
to put in perspective how bad it was, like a great time, but like how bad our quality of living was due to our own fault. We had a landfill of laundry. Like
A landfill,
the whole
like a trench.
The whole like we had this massive downstairs living room, and I'd say probably like 5 by 5 meters was just like a meter off the ground of laundry, just like this.
God.
It was fucked.
It was like a tire fire, like those mound of tires, just
Yeah.
like that, like dumb time, maybe like a meter high.
Fuck me.
Everyone just like I don't know where it started. I think it was Biddy's.
what we'd wash dry and then throw it in the corner. Like I'll iron that for later.
Oh, so it was clean.
It was all clean laundry.
Okay, it was clean. So you weren't about to. I was going to say you're just going to throw it out if that's all dirty.
No.
Like, never put a dent. in
Some things might have been worn once or twice, but like at that age, you give it the quick sniff test, a little bit of like Lynx
Yeah,
Africa, and you're ready to go.
I don't know how clean they would have been. I can remember like stories of mates just having no bed and just sleeping on that pile of laundry.
That's right. God, how grim.
Yeah.
When you sleep on the shirts.
With like 4 perfectly good like couches and a spare
Yeah,
bed. It's like,
yeah.
nah, you're sleeping on the fucking half dirty laundry,
You've
mate.
got socks. I've got shorts, and you've got you got t-shirt. Don't touch me. Don't
Why
fucking
is it
touch
moving
me.
underneath me? Oh, there's another child. Just like a hand comes up, like help me.
That's fucked.
No, but all the other beds would have been taken because we just had all the boys were just like, sweet, this is the party house. This
Yeah,
is
everyone's crashing there.
So they just would have been sleeping anywhere else. So someone just found the last spot to sleep on this pile of laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it would also become the pile of laundry that you just like if you're short for a shirt, you walk past that and pick one up, and just like
Pretty
it's
much.
clear
Like
enough.
I'd wake up. I'd have work at 7:30. I'd
Yeah.
wake up at 6:30.
Yeah.
Like still half like inebriated from the night before.
Yeah.
Playing fucking poker till 3 a.m. every night.
Yeah.
And then like stumble over, grab a shirt, put it on, and then just like go to the office.
yeah.
Yeah, at
you
least
just-
you were working because I.
Oh, bro.
so
Yeah. Do you want to go deep on your
well,
that chapter of your life?
it was a fun time. I had too much fun. I think that was a problem because I started with a job
Woolies.
and then I was working at Woolies over sort of wasn't even the other side of town. It was like 20 minutes away, but I just decided
I'm not going there anymore.
I'm having too much fun at home.
Fuck me, dude.
Too much fun at home.
Why doesn't everyone just do this always? Why does anyone go to work?
It definitely set me back like a couple of years, just not working and just. Actually, I used to drive Jake around because Jake didn't have his license at the time.
I didn't get my license till I was like 22.
So kind of the trade off there was I was Jake's chauffeur.
Yeah.
And then he was working full time.
I had money to like. I
I
probably
threw cash out.
I probably earn more money at 17 than I do now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd be like, oh, Reece, can you drive me to my mum's house like 5 minutes away? And he's like, yeah, no worries. I was like, here's $20.
Fuck, dude. You're Turtle from
Make it
Entourage.
50.
100%.
Yeah. Oh, I wish.
I was a
I wish I was the worst character in Entourage.
No, he was sick.
could have been Johnny.
Yeah. If you were just Vinny Chase, then you'd be Turtle.
Turtle
Yeah.
the
You
easiest
selfish
job.
cunt.
Selfish. Just giving this guy $20 to drive me 800 meters down the road.
Rock star.
You weren't walking.
No,
You
fuck
weren't
that.
going to visit mum.
This is
Sorry, mum.
this is pre-Uber. This is pre-Uber. Okay.
Yeah.
Jake's like, I'm going for a walk like 5 minutes away. You're like, oh, I'll drive you, dude. Don't worry. Like, no, I'm going for a run. No, I'll drive you.
Yeah.
That'll be $10.
You said you wanted to. Yeah, but
Yeah.
man's got to eat.
Help me out, dude.
That would have been, that was like 2012.
It was 2012 we moved in and moved out like start of 2013.
Didn't last long.
No.
Unsurprisingly.
Were you just paying rent off the back of like his fucking like?
You had,
how were
you
paying
had
rent?
Centrelink as well.
So I must have had like some sort of savings, and then I got
Yeah.
on like youth allowance because I was at uni still,
Oh, okay.
and even that,
Oh,
just-
unemployed uni's not that bad.
You were registered for uni.
yeah. I did. Was the only thing like in my life I had at the time.
and
like I had no other commitments, so it was like
footy.
sit at home and drink.
Yeah.
we did that for a good honeymoon period.
Yeah.
like a month or so, watching Victoria's Secret every night.
Yeah, yeah.
We-
I just come home from work and they're watching for the fucking 8th day in a row the Victoria's Secret supermodel show.
Just softcore porn on
Yeah,
TV.
Bruno
like,
Mars
I'm-
just like gyrating in the air to like these
Rihanna,
these gods
Justin
walking past.
Bieber.
Yeah,
Guys, dad's not home. You can put on real porn.
We're adults. Like, yeah.
Why are they still wearing underwear? Just go jerk each other off and watch some fucking porn up.
But yeah, after we got sick of the Victoria's Secret, I think I was like, I can go to uni. I do something with my time. Just sitting around and getting bored. But
Well, and we can cut this out if you want. You're playing footy pretty heavily at the time, playing for the Aspley Hawks. No, Main Tigers. You're Main Tigers, playing some Aussie rules. I want to disclaim by saying you're an incredibly well-rounded, probably one of the most well-adjusted people I know.
Thank you.
If there's ever a need for anything in my life, like I know push come to shove, I can come to you. You'll always have my back.
Thanks, mate.
At that point in time, I don't know if I would have trusted you.
I wouldn't have trusted myself.
Reece, and again, as I said, we can cut this out if you want, but Reece would not have bed sheets. He would come home from footy, not shower, and just lie down on his sheetless bed, sweating his tits off, and just go to sleep in his filth, basically.
Fuck, dude.
It's like the epitome of being 17, 18. Just like, I don't care about hygiene or...
And your sweat is all meagerang and beer as well.
So just suck that up if you're getting a bit sober.
Yeah, no, I'm not proud of that.
We can cut that out.
Nah, I don't care. But yeah.
I mean, you can wash the mattress the next day. It's fine. Chuck that through the water.
Burn that mattress.
I was making that much money driving. I just bought it.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping on some shitty old broken spring thing, and you've got like this $8,000 levitating mattress. How'd you get that? Oh man, from your fucking Uber fees this week, man.
Slimcock's got a koala on tap every single week, just a fresh one coming delivery.
Brand new mattress every week.
Yeah, cheaper than washing.
But yeah,
the days, eh?
it was the golden days, mate.
It was,
Well, until they're not.
Yeah, well, it wasn't sustainable.
Yeah.
We found out like pretty quick. It was just, and we knew we were only in for a 6-month lease. So
Yeah.
It's pretty much a 6-month fuck it holiday.
Yeah.
Make hay while the sun
Did
shines.
any of you have misses back then?
I was kind of dating someone. Our third mate, Biddy, was also dating a girl who's not dating anymore. Could tell some stories there, but I think...
Did they not come round to the house and like...
Yeah, she came round.
Okay. I suppose everyone's standards are lower back then.
Yeah.
Like even girls would put up with more dirt and grime back in the day.
There was actually one time when I had a girl over who I was seeing at the time, and
Oh, yeah, dude.
yeah, I know. Like sometimes I get the ladies.
Every night,
So
baby.
Not often, not for a while, but
it was the pizza that did it.
there was one day we had like one of those old Queenslander houses where you'd have stairs from the ground floor leading up outside to the second floor entrance, and like I was at the back or like in my living room, in my bedroom at the back of the house with this girl, and Reece was positioned on the couch with his legs up, spread eagle, like on the couch, and all he was wearing was a short kimono, nothing else. Like this thing, like barely covered his balls.
Yeah.
And he was sprawled out on the couch, spread eagle, and like pizza delivery guy came to the door and he like knocked his like, delivery for. And like just looked down at Reece's package, and Reece like, "Oh, hey mate,"
Scared him off.
didn't have to pay for that pizza, so
Pre-COVID, he's like, I'm just going to leave this at the door. No contact delivery.
Reece just hands me the boxes in my room. He's like, "Oh, they didn't charge you, man." And I look in the box and it's like half eaten. You've taken a bite out of every slice. What's going on here?
Yeah, we had a few pizza stories at that house.
Oh, yeah. Now that's a story.
It was, I'll run it through quickly. It was our third housemate, Biddy. Now lives with Geordie in Melbourne.
I met Biddy.
Yeah, great fella. He, so we ordered pizza one night, and
Special person.
yeah, he's one of the greats.
I think you might have told me this. Go on, but I think I've heard this one.
We've all sat down and watching telly. We ordered pizza, threw the phone around, and everyone puts their pizza in. All right, it's getting delivered. Pizza rocks up, and then everyone kind of grabs their own. I'm chowing down some whatever.
You got like meat lovers,
Jake's got his Supreme or whatever, and then Biddy's going to get his, and he goes, "What did he put?"
He this was around the time when Domino's, just before they really increased their quality, but they were trying to do really fancy shit.
Yeah.
So they had like extra meat lovers or the God's Godfather. Like they had like there's like garlic prawn and steak and shit like that.
Yeah.
But horrible quality of ingredients.
Yeah.
And the magnus opus of that was they had blue cheese and duck.
Yuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Blue cheese and
Domino's.
yuck. Yeah.
Yuck. Blue cheese and yuck.
Yeah, I don't. So Biddy's ordered that.
Yeah.
and then I don't. He must have put his own sauce on it, or he's had a bite and he goes, oh, this is not really tasting too good. So he came into the kitchen, put a heap of aioli on it, and then just tries to keep going. He's like, what is this?
He got through one slice before his like brain registered of like something's off here. Got one bite into the second slice. He's like, this is fucking disgusting. What's wrong with it? And then drowns it in Master Foods barbecue sauce.
Oh, barbecue sauce.
And then he like tried to eat another piece, and he's like, "Nah, this is fucked. I think someone's vomited on my pizza."
And we're just sitting around, and we just like, what did you say?
Sorry, can you say that again, bro? See, you think someone vomited on your pizza? Are you sure it wasn't you?
And he's like, I'm not joking. Look, and he like hands us the pizza, and we're like, oh, it looks kind of weird, dude. But why the fuck would someone vomit on your pizza?
My God.
And he's like, no, I'm convinced. So he jumps in his car and drives back to the Domino's.
Marched right down to the Domino's.
And goes, excuse me, someone's vomited on this pizza.
How do you start that conversation with the poor 16-year-old working behind the counter hating life?
Yeah.
It's like someone's vomited on my pizza.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I wasn't there, but I can only imagine it was. Excuse me. I think someone's been sick on my pizza.
Yeah.
It's like, why do you think that? And it's like, oh, just this stuff around here. It's like
smells. Yeah.
That's blue cheese. He's like, oh.
That's what you ordered.
Can I?
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to get a refund, when you've eaten 2 slices and then inundated the poor thing in barbecue sauce. Like it was a pool of barbecue sauce.
That's our version of blue cheese. That's blue cheese, dog.
Yeah. It was, yeah, that was probably one of the highlights of my life, honestly.
Just laughing for days.
They didn't give him a refund, I'm guessing.
No,
they told him to fuck off.
I think,
yeah.
I think as soon as he realized how much of a dickhead he sounded, like as soon as the words came out of his mouth, like I think someone vomited on my pizza, he was like, oh, I'm the retard.
Yeah.
Tail between his legs, like trudged home.
It's probably like the weeks of just pure migrant consumption that's got me to this point. Like you realize that at that point.
Correct.
Once you said it.
Yeah. It's the only thing keeping us alive then was our like high school metabolism, the ability to just to process like any amount of toxins or shit we put in our body.
Imagine doing it now. Like how quickly you would burn out.
Oh.
You have like one big night now. I do, and I'm fucked for like a week. Yeah. It's fucked. And like that's like it proves how much like the human body at like 18 to 25 is like the perfect fucking prototype that can handle anything.
It's fantastic.
And the work we put it to is like just handle this meagering. Like you could be at the gym or like fucking,
eating proper food,
elite athlete playing football. It's like, nah, I'll just fucking pound Victoria's Secret in years.
There's a reason this is 90 cents a packet.
Yeah.
It's just the trade-off. It's all you can afford.
That's true. Well, if main source of income is your mate who works full-time and Oz study.
You would have been like a millionaire back then in comparison. Like to your mates, like who are at uni. Like remember when you're at uni and then your mate works full-time, you're like, I can't wait to be in your shoes.
I'm
you must have so much money.
I'm the bloke who started the marathon sprinting. Like I came out of the gates raring to go, like 50K a year as soon as I'm 17, like fucking laughing. And then like
no expenses.
10 years later, I'm like, oh, God, Jesus.
Take me back.
Maybe. Should have taken the handicap back then. Done a bit of uni.
Does anyone want to split a beer?
A pony. A pot.
Yeah,
a pot.
just a pot. Just a bee stick.
Yeah.
Bee stick for me.
Yeah. You got any 4 packs of mid-strength? Me and 3 mates want to go in on that.
Yeah, go to Macca's. Anyone want to split a cup of iced water? But yeah, so we there's been a lot of adventures between now and then. Goonie and I have been to Goonie, aka Keith, aka Reece. We've been to Japan. I don't know. Been to New Zealand as well. There's some good stories there as well. We might save that one for another time.
Yeah.
How good is it?
It kind of continues on from the housemate stories. I feel like this is a Attack Reece episode. But
no, it's fine. But I think Tommy's got some stories. These are just all our stories from back in the
You're not wrong.
Sure, you've had some shocking housemates, or you've had some. Slept. What's the weirdest thing you've slept on?
Yeah, tell us your deepest, darkest sex secrets, Tom.
The garden bed.
We heard about your dreams last week. We want to know about the penetration this week.
The weirdest thing, I mean, this is just off the top of my head. It's not that exciting or cool. After my year 12 formal, we went back to like we called it Magical Africa back in the days. It was like a spot where you went to. My parents listen to this podcast, so I'm being selective with my words.
It's makeout
So
point.
relax and hang out.
Makeout view.
point.
Makeout
Yeah.
view, aka fuck rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. That's where I went to fuck non-stop.
So it was like a park.
Yeah, it's kind of like more like you go through a bunch of brush.
Yeah.
And then like kind of come into this
Clearing.
opening. Yeah, clearing. And then
Gotcha.
you could call it a park. Yeah. Mum and dad, if you're listening, think like in all of the movies that are set in LA, when you go to the top of the hills, look down on the lights, and
City
you park up
views.
in the car.
Yeah.
City views, real fucking like lights and ambition.
Romantic.
Sitting on top of the
Romantic.
H. Yeah.
Yeah, sexy.
Yep.
There was no like old Macca's cups or fucking any of that shit.
Yeah, fucking ice syringes or light bulbs,
None of that.
Gatorade sacks.
broken frangers,
No.
dumped fetuses.
No dump fetuses in Magical Africa. But we went back there after formal, just as like unofficial kick-ons, I guess. And the sun rose, and I remember just waking up on like I must have fallen asleep at some point, and then everyone's done this, I think, but just the goon sack with the air in it.
Yeah.
That's the pillow for the
pillow.
night.
You're talking to the king of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Goonie McCreeko here.
Yeah.
On like a wooden crate, just fucking in the dusty bush.
Yuck.
Yeah.
But
disgusting.
your body could handle that. You were
I
fine.
woke up and I went, all right, where's my next beer?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah,
This is, yeah,
disgusting.
that
Could be
would
18 again.
that would be time of death for me. Waking up on an old wooden crate using an empty goon bag as a cushion.
Dude, you think of the shit you used to put your body through. Like, yeah, like I said, if you did it now, you'd be unemployed. Imagine just quitting your job because you don't fucking feel like driving 20 minutes to Woolies.
Like, yeah, you're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
If I'm doing that at this age
At this
now,
age,
yeah, I'm
no,
an
you're
alcoholic.
dead. That's what Centrelink does. It just holds. I mean, it holds us back. If
Yeah.
anything, it's like I've got a safety net here. I'll quit my job.
That's right.
And just consume fucking beer and VS Victoria's Secrets.
Definitely what I did for the most part of being on was it a job seeker.
Yeah.
I think that was everyone's like little revital of like, the government's paying for me to just get fucked up and stay at home now.
How much of Centrelink is like percentage wise? How much of it goes to actual people who need help?
89%. Oh, sorry. Other way around. Other way around. Other way around. Sorry, about 11% actually use it productively.
Yeah. The rest of it is
sounds
you boys in that house.
Yeah. You know, you got to pay tax on Centrelink.
Yep.
Yeah, you
It's
pay,
fucked.
that's
Yeah.
a
Doesn't
fucking concept, isn't it?
It's money the government's gotten from people paying tax
Yeah.
and given to
Yeah.
you, and so they need tax back on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
teaching them once they get a job.
Yeah.
We're going to take your money.
This is what it will be like
Yeah.
once you work for your services.
yeah.
Ain't nothing free, asshole.
Look, we could wax poetic all day about better beers, better times, meagering,
Let's do it.
goon sacks. Okay. Or we can do what we always do and read out a couple of reviews from last week.
Absolutely. So if you want to be the next one in the hot seat after the great KEITH SLIMCOCK, get involved in our socials, subscribe to our YouTube channel, throw us a comment on one of our videos so we can interact with you. Follow us on Instagram and leave us a comment there so we can interact with you there. And you might get read out like one of these comments.
Like part Australian, part Chinese of Tom's father fame. He writes on the episode 57 Educators episode, hey, I don't trust YouTube, so here goes. Another podcast that was top shelf. Episode 57, Tom's Dreams and Educators. Jake is not half bad as a dream interpreter. Dissecting Tom's footy dinner and Bernard's atomic bullying dreams. Hilarious. The choice of Kiwi comedy Educators to review was an excellent choice. I watched the first episode and agree that the Kiwi accent is instantly funny. Mm-hmm. Being a Kiwi and a teacher made the comedy very real, very personal. 2022 sees this podcast go from strength to strength. 10 silly Kiwi accents out of 10. P.S. Kyrgios is still an underachieving tosser.
What did I say every time? Was it? Oh, that's right.
started a timer.
0 days. Yeah, it's been 0 days since Papka's abused Nick Kyrgios.
It's been 0 days.
I'm not having it, honestly. Like,
Well-
thanks for writing in, but fuck off also.
The man was devastated when Ash Barty retired.
I can
That's what it was.
imagine, yeah.
Big moment. He's like, now we've just got the fucking boys. Yeah.
The king is back.
The king is back. He
The king and the cock.
yeah. King has big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
big little size 8 females, women's tennis shoes to fill.
From Ipswich, yeah.
Little Ipswichian
Little
shoes.
Switch girl would fucking towel him up any day.
Yeah. Reecey, did you watch any Educators after?
I didn't know. I didn't get
Okay.
to Educators.
Okay.
I can't say I watched too many of the shows that you review.
Mm-hmm.
I'll listen to the podcast and I'll listen to what you say about them, unless I've sort of watched the show prior.
Yeah.
and I'll know what you're talking about because you do review topical things that I would have seen. But
You recommended Alone.
yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah, 100%. So many people, like, not saying that we inspired people to watch it, but I spoke to a lot of people who'd watched the show after we brought out an episode.
Yeah, no, that was one of the better ones.
So by cause and effect, you actually inspired them to watch that show because we wouldn't have watched it without your inspiration.
Could say that, yeah.
Could say you're an inspiring bloke.
Thank you.
Every day I'm inspired by Slimcock.
To have a slimmer cock.
Yeah.
Gotta slim down somewhere.
Why do you think my cock got so small? Just getting inspiration all day. I was going to ask you, have you had any weird dreams of late?
I did when I listened to the episode. I was thinking, but
Because Jake will break it down if you go on.
oh yeah, do I have to
For the right
lay on the
price.
table?
Sorry.
For the right price.
Are you Jewish or a gypsy?
¿Por qué no los dos?
And Mexican, okay.
A gypsy.
Dream merchant.
Dream merchant.
Druid.
No, I think you were saying last week, if you don't catch them,
Yeah.
that little window as soon as you come out, then you lose it.
They're gone, huh?
Yeah, off the top of my head, no, nothing.
Need to keep a dream journal.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that, and I'll leave it in the next Keith review.
Fucking oath.
I'll
That
throw
should-
the dream in.
That should be a segment.
Yeah. That's a task for our spuds as well. Keep a dream journal. And Jakey Sigmund Freud over here.
That's actually, I like that as an idea. We can do reviews, but also if we get a dream each week, we read it out.
Yeah.
And then I try and break it down.
Yeah, fucking oath.
All right. Give us your fucking dreams. Interact with us. We need more content. We're running out.
Before I read out TAC's review as well, I was just going to get your take on. We posted a poll a couple of weeks ago that was, what's your preferred format of OTAT? Do you prefer free form discussion, or do you prefer, or do you prefer tighter, more TV based reviewing shows? Where do you stand in the great debate of OTAT?
I think I do like that you kind of go both. So you have a review on a show, and that gives it some structure, but then you'll just dribble about anything and everything, which I can relate to. I'm sure the listeners can too.
For sure.
But yeah, I don't know if you go, like a one by one. So one episode is all TV, and then the next one is all sort of just go off on your own, just have some points, and then run with that.
Yeah,
It's definitely like a balancing act, because I think we definitely hit our Goldilocks zone and our stride when we do give at least 15 to 20 minutes into something that we're invested into watching, but then like throughout that 20 minutes, you're getting 40 minutes of gobbledygook, like absolute nonsense, tomfoolery, potpourri. And I think that's like where we're at our best, is when we're just talking shit
Off the cuff.
like in and out of the spine of the show being about like the whatever content that we watched that week.
a through line.
Yeah. Rather than like either too much focus on the show or too much focus on our drivel, and then at the very end going, oh, what'd you think of this? Garbage.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Because if you kind of review the show as you go, and then just kind of relate it into your life and go off on your tangents,
Yeah,
sort of as you're
Yeah.
talking about the show itself.
It becomes one whole block of content.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we're both scarred by the Office episode, the Office UK episode we did, where we were just like,
It's really funny.
that fucking sucked after we listened to it. Not the Office, our episode.
Yeah.
Because it just like, it's so boring to hear someone just go, this is good.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is funny.
Yeah, and like trying to really, because like it's one of my and your favorite shows of all time. But like,
It's a good show.
Okay, my favorite show of all time.
Yeah. Don't go looping me in with your hyperbole there, right, mate?
Words in his mouth.
Yeah. No one wants to be sat down and be like, you have to watch this. It's so fucking good. It just makes you want to not watch it.
Yeah.
So like, it can't be something you're raving about.
Well,
you're right.
You're not watching it like, and I would say we're the furthest from critics as you could get. Like, wouldn't say we critique shows. Reviews even a stretch, but I think if you're tuning into someone who's reviewing something, someone just going, it's good, is just like, that's boring. That's not entertaining. So you want to listen to someone's true 2 cents worth where they might say, really sucks, or this is why I really loved it. And it's just hard with a comedy, like a sitcom, where it's like a really well-written sitcom where it's like, this is great for these reasons. Whereas watching something like Educators or Australia's Sexiest Tradie, we can go, it's good, but it's got these flaws in it.
Yeah. Yeah. A real idiot's guide to criticism.
Yes.
A couple of dum-dums. Look, OTAT will solve its identity crisis at some point. We'll figure out what we are as a show.
Eventually.
What? But not today.
No.
Not today. Today, we'll just keep reveling in the positive praise that we get from our 2 reviewers every week.
You mean sucking ourselves off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Christian Reece of Animal Chin fame says, boys, textbook OTAT app. Definitely going to give Educators a watch. Sketch shows like Concords and Summer Heights High and Lunatics are my comedy sweet spot. Also, as the son of a teacher, checked out teacher is very familiar. I would be checked out too if I had to deal with 30 kids who weren't mine. I have a theory about Smoked Pap and Curios and that he secretly loves him. That guy lives rent-free in his head. NK is definitely an arse though, so I understand some of the animosity. I give this episode 10 out of 10 walking blowjobs. Would recommend. TAC.
Interesting. First thing, Tack coming off with some praise for some oceanic content, which is great.
Huge, eh?
Loves the flight of the Concords.
Some Heights High and Lunatics.
Lunatics is great.
Over in fucking California, I don't even think they would have heard of Chris.
No, phenomenal. And then comes through, like, I thought I was doing a pretty good Freud impression. This man just blew me out of the water with his pipe and tweed jacket. Like,
yeah, dude. Yeah, absolute Ross Geller.
Do you think that's possibly why? Possibly why your dad is
NK.
so aggressive about it? It's because he actually passionately loves him. He's obsessed.
Look, that's the only reason I can think of. If you hate someone so much, if you spend so much time on a person, usually there's a bit of affection there.
It's the same reason a lot of people spoke about Bieber back in like the early 2000, the early noughties. No, not noughties. The teens was just like, oh, I fucking hate this guy. This little angelic little boy with a great voice, super handsome, and gets all the girls. Like, you kind of want to fuck this little boy, don't you?
Well, it turns out everyone who spoke out about and turned out being a pedophile like 5 years later. It's because they wanted to fuck him, you know?
Interesting. The Delias of the world.
The Delias of the world. Why has he got so many anti-Bieber rants from 2006?
Bieber Hole 69.
The writing was on the wall. The guys played 2 pedophiles in 2 different shows.
Yeah. How did he come back? I mean, he didn't...
Internet.
Yep. But he didn't...
He's got some very powerful friends as well.
He didn't do anything. Did he stat rape people? Did he stat rape girls, or was it just?
It was grooming. It was all like in like DMs.
So he was talking to 16-year-olds, and then when they became 18, he fucked them.
No, when he like. My understanding, and I haven't delved too deep into it. You might know a little bit more on it, Keith. But my understanding was that he was DMing girls. If he found out that they were of legal age, he's like, "Oh, bummer. That sucks that you're 18." And then, like, if he found out, like, a girl was, like, 16, 17, he's like, let's hang out. Let's go do something.
Puts them on lay-by.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the opposite of lay-by.
Has them now. Afterpay.
But then did he have sex?
Gets them on Afterpay.
So he messages girls if they're 16 or if they're underage, he'll go, let's hang out.
Correct.
Won't have sex with them.
Correct.
Then when they become of age,
no,
does he have sex with them?
I think he groomed girls to, I think, eventually fuck them. This is my understanding, and like can be taken with a grain of salt. I'll disclaim that right now. But to my understanding, if he found out a girl was of legal age, he'd go, ugh, too old, like the guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Don't know what that show is. I'm just making up words now. Don't watch any sort of paid subscription. But then if he found out if a girl was under 18, he'd be like, cool, let's kick it.
He was all in.
With the intention of having sex eventually?
Well, why else would you be DMing a stranger that you may or may not be attracted
That's what
to?
I'm assuming. And then he may have eventually had sex with them when they were old enough.
Yeah, but I think the reason he's come back is because there's been no... Like all the reports against him have been like he's grooming me, he's messaging me, but it hasn't been like the smoking gun is nowhere to be seen. Yeah. The used franger. There's no pregnant 15-year-old out there.
Yeah. Smoking cock.
Yep. The rope shot.
Yeah. They're still looking for fibers on the back of the car seat.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, the black light.
Yeah, the black light. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
see, I didn't know that much about it, but I just because I do follow him on Instagram, and he's got like a little son. So
Yeah, he's got a boy now.
He's got a kid and he's got
The
a baby
ugliest baby
mama.
of all time. Go look at Crystalia's baby, and it is like, I know Crystalia's an ugly man.
He's
so
not a
it's
good-looking dude.
surprise.
Yeah.
Surprising,
But
yeah.
fuck me, this kid got he did not
Yeah.
get lucky with genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah, big hook nose and sunken eyes.
Cone-shaped head, like fucking
Which way, like pointy side up?
pointy upwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like he's got like a dagger chin.
No, dude, he's got fucking
Big anvil head.
yeah, big spike on the top of his head, big dunce hat on his head.
So I can only assume that was all prior to him then having the kid.
Yeah, it was old information that was dug up.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah,
But also he's like, he hit such a point where like he was the hottest comedian on the planet at a certain point in time, like 2017. Doing tours all over the country, like good friends with Joe Rogan and Brian Callen. So he was getting plenty of exposure there.
Yeah.
Like at that point, you can only assume that the celebrity overtakes whatever ethics you have. And he's just like, I'm a star. I don't give a fuck if I've got a pregnant woman at home. Let's go out and have some fun.
Above the law.
Yeah. Limbo under the law, mate.
But no matter how powerful your friends are, you still like it's not enough to bring you back. No matter if you have the most powerful friends in the world, if you've done something truly heinous, like
Yeah,
Hey.
you're right.
Look at Jeffrey Epstein, mate.
exactly. Look at Louis; he knew some famous fucking
Doesn't matter how powerful you are. Don't fiddle kids.
yeah,
Right?
because
your old
Oprah
mate
can't
Louis.
help you.
No.
Your old mate.
My
Louis.
old mate Louis.
Yep.
Louis like my Nick Curios timer for dad.
Yeah.
See if I can not talk about him for 5
For
minutes.
opposite reasons, like you're passionately for him rather than being
Yeah.
passionately against.
I'm not pretending I hate him.
So with Animal Chin's logic, you actually hate Louis
Yeah, yeah.
vehemently.
Thanks for Sigmund Freuding me, TAC. Yeah,
You're welcome.
I'll never watch another Louis special ever again. You got me.
Reverse psychology.
Well, I mean, we're on the topic of pedophiles and monsters and people with power in the world and god complexes and vanity and vapidness. Let's talk about the Oscars.
That was a segue
Not bad.
just waiting to be.
Yeah.
I was wondering who was going to take
Mate,
it first.
the Venus flytrap was just like watching this mosquito buzz around and I just went, channel 9. Yep, 7, sorry.
It was 7. Slimcock, did you catch the 2022 Oscars?
The Oscars, yeah. I did watch a bit of it in my lunch break.
Nice.
I thought, yeah. I usually just watch them after the fact to just see all the, I guess
Any
all the-
highlights? Yep.
Yeah, usually. But
No one
yeah,
watches
there was-
live Oscars in Australia, I don't think.
Well, what time is it on? Like 9 p.m. our time, Sunday night?
No.
It's like midday.
No, it's like midday.
Oh.
I worked from home the other day, and it was the first year that I worked from home and been able to have it on. Because I was always like, how the fuck does anyone watch the Oscars in Australia? And now I know.
And they put it on a Sunday night over there, which is our Monday.
It's our Monday, 11 a.m. It comes on, yeah.
And also, like, there's not much of a... What's the necessity of watching the Oscars? Like, it's the biggest, like wank fest.
Yep.
The world's biggest wank fest.
It's gone down. It's more than halved its ratings in the last, I don't know, 5 years. Like, it has taken a fucking dive into the earth.
Since DiCaprio won Best Actor for Revenant, actually. Interesting.
We sent you conspiracy here.
Kawinky dink.
Don't look up or don't look down. On the way down to fucking the bottom of the ratings chart.
So yeah, what was your 2 cents worth of the Oscars, Reecey?
Yeah, I did think, as Tom was sort of saying, it's very, or you were saying, sorry, it's very wanky and just, I don't know, it seems like, I don't know, how many people were there? It just was like this elite bunch of...
I reckon
Yeah.
about 1,000.
You
You reckon
reckon?
there's 1,000
Or maybe
people in that
maybe
room?
less, because they do have big
could be
tables
right.
with a lot of space. So I'd say 500.
You're good for a head count. You're good for an approximate head count.
Read the room.
5 to 8. 5 to 8.
As I run an eye over this group of miscellaneous people, 6. There's 6 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looked like this, like A-list, like top of the top, and it was just,
Yeah.
I don't know, it looked like there was, I thought there was like 100 people there. I'm like, this is some Illuminati
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, there's like $30 million of suit, like
the-
tuxedos and dresses in the room.
There's like your 100 elite, like your Clooney's and
All
your
sitting down.
Leos. But then you also need like your
B-list.
best
Blockbusters.
animated feature tables and
Yeah.
shit. Best
Yeah.
animated foreign feature tables and like the deaf
Diversify.
table. Yeah,
Yeah,
like there's
yeah.
always people you don't know that are
You're right.
filling seats.
Yep.
So they'd make up about 20% of it, I reckon.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming there's people sitting up. Do they call it the stalls? Like sitting up
in the bleachers.
back? Yeah,
Yeah, that they've got to be
has to be.
It's Bezos, the Rothschilds,
the nosebleeds.
Epstein, he's not dead, the Clintons.
The puppet masters.
Yep.
Just pulling the strings.
Yeah, dude, they're all up there with
The elites, just good.
just making Julia Roberts' Botox mouth move down the bottom. She's actually a corpse.
Oh, so that's why Amy Schumer's actions look so awkward and puppet-like.
Yeah.
Because she was getting, maestroed.
Yeah, that's quite a wooden performance, Amy Schumer. Well, I'm not a real girl, so
No. She's not human, that's for
No.
sure.
yeah, I'd say that all the people up the top there are not up for awards because you never see someone like walk from the top down with like what would be a 3-minute walk.
I would say that if you're nominated for an
Nominees,
award,
yeah.
especially if
You're
you're
up
a
the front.
favorite, you're in the front. Like there's
say so.
you're there's no risk of you getting a nosebleed at the Oscars. We'll say that.
There's isn't unless you're Chris Rock.
Ooh, now that's
Talk about a fucking segue.
that's
Good.
he's knocked that right out of the park,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mad that I didn't come up with that myself.
It's all right. Someone has to.
But look, to every goal
Steer
there's
the
a
ship.
dime, so I'll alley to your oop.
Well, there's also the fact that Will Smith was in the front row. Like, we're talking about people who are favorites getting the closest
Yep.
seats to the front. Will was fucking right up there.
He was
You
probably
couldn't have a better seat than
the
that.
closest person.
Weirdest thing, like, I watched a lot of it because I was sending emails whilst working from home.
It's called market. Oh wait, you don't work in TV, but we call it market research, and we're just fobbing off and watching TV.
What do I call it if I work in radio?
Intermedia research.
Media monitoring. I
Sure,
was checking for radio competitors advertising on.
you can call whatever
the
you want, just don't
Oscars.
call it working.
No, I listened to the radio broadcast of Oscars.
Espionage.
It's espionage.
Treason.
I put my suit on. I was like, it's not because I'm excited for the Oscars, it's because it's espionage.
He's embezzling his paycheck.
Dude, weirdest thing, like the most, you know how they cut to actors in the crowd? It was like the people who got most coverage were Will Smith and really randomly John Leguizamo got like
Okay.
40 minutes of screen time.
40 minutes.
Like, I'm exaggerating, but it seemed that every actor cutaway was to John Leguizamo.
Out of all people, like what was he in the Avengers or?
Fucking Sid from Ice Age, dude. That's
Yeah.
all he's done with his career.
Yeah,
True.
Can you picture the guy I'm talking
No.
about? Yeah,
Excuse
he's
my
like,
ignorance. I don't know.
no,
who
he's
you're
just like
talking about.
that Mexican actor who's kind
okay.
of in everything.
So he wasn't like nominated for anything.
Nah, like he maybe something, but
Yeah.
like not enough.
it's a face you'll know when you see it.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
out John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That fucking guy.
So yeah, could you think they'd cut away to the favorites, like being Will Smith? He's going to win an award, so we'll put his face on TV.
Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
this-
Even just like more handsome dudes, you know.
They cut to Cooper a couple times. They cut to Benedict. That's not a handsome person. Denzel, the hosts of it, cut to Samuel L. and did a bit to him, which was one of the worst
Yeah.
bits I've ever heard.
Yeah, so we watched the opening monologue, and by the way, we will get to Will Smith
Eventually.
and Chris Rock eventually.
Maybe next episode.
It's a shame to waste that beautiful segue, but we will get there. It's the cherry on top at the end of this episode.
You did very well, and I am upset that we're not going to get to it straight away, but everything in its own time.
The hosts of this year's Oscars were Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes,
And the chick from Scary Movie.
Was it Brandy?
Brenda from Scary Movie 2. I believe her name's Regina Hall.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
can't
her
verify
name.
that, but Jacob.
Brenda Meeks. Oh, wait, no, that's the
That's
character's
the
name.
character's name. Regina Hall.
Sure.
Okay, we'll go with that because
Oh, was I meant to be looking for something? Oh, sorry.
He's tapping away. He's just fucking playing bubble trouble over there.
Yeah, Regina Hall.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Like one of the worst. I'm not saying like one of the worst, but
I am the worst.
okay, we'll go there.
It was a tough watch.
We watched the opening monologue just before this. It was
Uncomfortable.
not good. Yeah, I'm not sure who decided to put Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes, and Regina Hall as a trio. It's an experiment having 3 hosts for the first time.
What has Amy Schumer done since Trainwreck? Was she in Trainwreck? Yeah, with
yeah.
Bill Hader.
Yeah. She's like one of the least. She's just stolen jokes and like become less likable over the last 5 years.
Did she lose a heap of weight? Was that her? Is that what kind of put her?
No.
I mean,
She's always been kind of the weight that she is now.
yeah.
You might be thinking of
bones.
this,
The Aussie, yeah,
the Aussie.
sorry,
Rebel.
I am.
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, she's had a transformation.
Yeah. Get her to host the Oscars.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Couldn't be
she'd
anywhere
fucking
else.
kill it.
Yeah,
Like,
she is funny.
I reckon she'd do better than fucking these three.
Oh, 100% put together. And she'd only cost a third of what a man would cost. Yeah.
Okay, so the first fucking joke of the whole show that really sets the pace is we get Amy Schumer, Wanda Sykes, Regina Hall out on stage. Before they've said a word, we just get DJ Khaled running out behind them with a microphone going,
DJ Khaled. We the best. We the best. I felt like I was watching like a GTA skit, like something that's like, this isn't real. This is a full like ironic bit.
It looked like Kanye coming back up on stage.
Yeah, I thought that's what he was doing. He's like, hey, I'm gonna give you your moment, but
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, but fucking Chris Rock had the best host of all time.
it's just 60-year-old dudes in a boardroom making decisions going, what are young people like? How do we-"
Let's get 2 black women and 1 fat one up on stage. That'll make us seem really progressive.
Level put DJ. Is it DJ? We got a DJ.
Khalid.
up there. DJ Khalid. He sounds foreign.
Hey man, he always proclaims that he's the best. No, it's we the best, Gerald. It's we the best.
Remember, always put the client's benefits first, okay? Make it seem like there's something in it for them.
Fucking hell.
It's bad.
It was
He just
bad.
comes out and he's fucking does his DJ Khaled thing. They go, all right, there's our youth connection for the whole show.
The youth hate him.
Yeah.
Like,
Can you think of a less likable DJ?
I was going to say Crystalia. Less likable DJ. I mean, what would have been well received is if they had fucking Mr. Worldwide come out. That would have been dope.
Pitbull.
Yeah. If it was just like, dale. And I was like,
The man don't age.
no.
The man shaves his head. He has a goatee. And he speaks Spanish.
He'll
He'll look the same in 10 years that he did 10 years ago.
He's quoted as saying, they're like, what's the biggest like achievement you've had in your life? And he's like, it's such a dumb thing, but the best thing is that if you search for my name on Google, if you search Pitbull, it's me that comes up, not a dog. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's pretty cool.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah, not many people can say that.
No.
Do you think when like Snoop Dogg? No, because you're right, Snoop in front of it.
Snoop, but like if you search, you know,
Your stage name, it trumps the
real
actual
thing.
real life thing.
Like
Yeah.
there's hot dogs from Big Brother. If you Google hot dogs, does he come up or does a hot dog come
what's it called?
up?
Sausage Party comes up first.
Lord, if you search Lord.
With an E, yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
with an E. It's not just a photo of like a royal.
Yeah. But yeah, shit hosts, they just, I think, like you mentioned it yourself, they were clearly pushing a progressive agenda and we're the wrong category for that. Three heterosexual white males, but yeah, they just, they push this agenda, and it was like, if you want to be progressive, cool, but like the jokes weren't landing. They weren't, it wasn't funny. It's cringe.
If you go woke, you go broke. Haven't you heard?
Yeah.
The Oscars have gone very woke and very fucking broke.
It sounds like it.
Very
Yeah.
broke. Dude, you could play progressive buzzword bingo with the start of that fucking, with that opening monologue and you would win in 5 seconds. Whether it's toxic masculinity, empowerment, woman, black, fucking the list goes on. They just like, it felt like a parody. It felt like a conservative parody of
Like an SNL skit.
an SNL skit of like a progressive speech. And they were like, it felt like satire.
Yeah.
It was so
Have to
fucking woke.
hit that quota.
Oh, bruh. And then, like, when you go on to the actual awards, like, obviously the Oscars, I don't know if you've looked into, I think we've talked about it on the show before, but at the Oscars now, they have in their categories, there has to be one foreign whatever in this category. No, sorry, it's if you want to be considered for an Oscar, for Oscar contention, you have to have this amount of multicultural people in your film. You have to have like a gay person in the film. You have to have a lesbian person. Like there are actual quotas that you have to hit to be of Oscar contention. That's why every single film now is, every single film that gets up is like the deaf film or Parasite.
Yeah.
Or fucking like, it's always going to be the most woke option that wins.
Yeah, which it sucks because I think it's good in a way that it like opens our eyes to films that probably would
You
never have
normally
seen a
wouldn't
lot.
see.
Like
Yeah.
Parasite getting best film of 2019, 18, 19?
19, I think.
19.
Yeah.
That was huge because like there needs to be more light shone on Korean cinema.
Yeah.
But then when
And it
you
was actually good.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then when you're picking something like Green Book where it's
Oh.
Viggo Mortensen every 15 minutes gone, what the hell is this? You're going to treat a black guy like this? Come on.
He's such a cool. Look at his suit.
He's chill. He's chill.
You guys are fucking racist, man.
Yeah. And then rinse, repeat.
It's like you were saying the N word 5 minutes ago, Viggo.
Yeah, you can't act like you're Mr. Aggressive now.
Yeah. Dude, his arc in that film is fucking ridiculous.
U-turn. It's not even an arc. It's a fucking hairpin turn.
He's like saying the N word at the start of it, and the end of it, he's having dinner with like the black guy's
you know
family.
what? You're right for a black guy.
Yeah, dude.
You're okay.
Which film?
The Green
Have you
Book.
seen Green Book?
Oh, I haven't. No.
Dude.
It's actually a pretty good movie, but
okay.
I wouldn't say it's. I think three billboards came out the same year, and that should have won. Or was that Moonlight?
No, Moonlight won.
Yeah, Moonlight won over 3 billboards.
Yeah.
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 Something came out that should have beaten
Are you
Green
sure
Book.
3 Billboards didn't win?
I think 3 billboards won something.
It won like everything else.
It
but
was
Best Picture, I think.
what's the female chick's name?
Frances McDormand.
Frances McDormand, female chick, female actor. Frances
So we're
McDormand
not
won
progressive.
best actor. That's the female person without the bits swinging between her legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Was Moonlight,
No, Reece,
was
go.
Moonlight the one that got wrongly announced? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
With what was the
With
other?
La La Land.
La La
So it
Land,
was
that's
meant
it.
to be Moonlight the one.
Yeah.
Somehow they fucked up and they were like, La La Land.
That's right.
Big conspiracy around that too. Like they're just trying to drum
Is that a
up
publicity
interest.
stunt,
Yeah.
right? Well, let's get on to that.
Yes, publicity stunts. My question is, Reece, do you think you could either A, take a slap from Will Smith, and B, beat him in a fight?
Probably not.
Okay.
To both.
God damn it. God damn it.
We got another coward on the show.
You meant to yes and me, Reece. I'll fucking
missed that part
I'll
of
murder his family.
I missed that part of media training.
Yeah. I will. No, well, let's start there. Do we think, Reece, do you think it was real? Obviously, we're talking about the Will Smith Chris Rock slap at this point.
Which everyone knows about.
Yeah. No, definitely real.
You think it was
Just,
real?
Definitely.
Just, yeah. The reactions, just everyone in the crowd just sort of first thinking, oh yeah, this is stage, and then just kind of like, oh.
Oh, this is
When he
fucking
starts
real.
screaming, I think
Yeah.
him getting up there and slapping him, you kind of like, they're both actors, like this
Yeah.
is
It
the
still
set.
looks choreographed.
Yeah,
eh?
Yes.
because he
slap.
takes it so well.
Yeah.
And then I think he sits back down and just starts screaming,
Yeah.
keep my wife's name out your fucking
Your
mouth.
fucking mouth.
And just goes for it.
Yeah.
I suppose it starts so it almost looks scripted to begin with, because if you're any sort of celebrity, musician, whatever it is, obviously Beyonce performing at the start, Chris Rock presenting awards, Amy Schumer hosting, whoever you are, unless you are Will Smith, this is a huge opportunity for you because it thrusts you into the limelight of not only the world, but also Hollywood's elite. So like if you make a good impression, you will get 50 offers for, new opportunities, whether it's in movies or commercials, whatever the case may be. Like I think that's why Chris seems so almost like amicable of like, yeah, come up on set, like, oh no, here he comes, like play fighting. Will Smith didn't give a fuck.
Well, and you don't know, like Chris could have just been left out of the gag. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't know. He might be thinking, oh, he's going to be.
We want to get a real reaction out of Chris.
That's right.
Let's
Good
not
point.
tell him.
Good point.
I don't think it would have been a publicity stunt for either actor. Like, I don't think Will Smith has gone, I need more roles.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this. Nor has Chris Rock.
Well, I suppose the question is, if you do think it was scripted, to what end? Like, what do you think you hope to achieve with this publicity stunt?
Publicity for the Oscars, not for the actors. This is the only stock that I put in the people who were saying, it's fake. Like, I don't think it was fake. But playing devil's advocate, who has given a shit about the Oscars in the last 5 years? Nothing's happened. No news
Leonardo
story
DiCaprio, and that's about it.
because he picks up there and he goes, I want to get on my private jet.
Well, because he was desperate to add to his trophy cabinet.
True. But nothing's happened outside of what we spoke on La La Land, Moonlight, Mishap, right? Like outside of that, there hasn't been a news story. Green Book, so fucking boring. Like Parasite, Korean cinema, there's nothing's happened. So Oscars is everywhere now, news-wise. Like, you're going to watch the next one. I guarantee you will get a rating spike. Is there a bigger news story in the world than Will Smith, the biggest actor of all time, sitting front row, slapping the fuck out of Chris Rock, and then 5 minutes later getting up and accepting Best Picture and bawling his eyes out? Like, that is the biggest pop cultural moment of all time, probably, and it happened at their show. So that's where I'm like, fuck, you would risk it.
There's
almost.
grounds for
There's grounds for
conspiracy.
maybe it was staged, like, because you can't put on a bigger show that will create a bigger story than that. That's on every single newspaper ever.
Whether it's real or not now, people are going to tune in with the expectation of some shit going down.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, next year, you're going to watch the Oscars. Or more people will, you know?
Yeah. And they'll get Chris Rock again to host it and Will Smith in the front row.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
I was chatting to a mate and we just said it'd be funny if, like, this week they just released a trailer for a movie with Chris Rock.
The two of them together. Yeah,
that would be brilliant.
It's just a gag.
Right along 3. Except with Chris Rock and fucking Will Smith. Yeah, dude, Rush Hour 2.
That would kill at the box office. If this was the biggest publicity stunt and they were like, we had no idea that, like, and it came out, it's like these guys were actually filming, they were doing a shoot together.
It's a bit.
And this is, and they could pose it as, it's a genuine reaction.
Yeah.
And you'll see them next week in their new movie, Fuckboy 6 or whatever. Like,
Nah. Well, it's too, because that was his first Oscar. That was Will Smith's first.
First Oscar.
So, surely not.
And he was gunning for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's was kind of like the Leo thing of Will Smith's never won an Oscar.
yes.
Cried and everything. You know, he really wanted one for that fucking South Africa movie with the CTE that he did.
Yep.
What was that called?
Concussion?
Concussion, I think, yeah. Pursuit of Happiness. That was the biggest Oscar grab of all time.
That should have won it.
Yeah, like, more people have seen that than King Richard, you know.
Yes.
I haven't seen King Richard.
No, I haven't seen it yet either.
Maybe it's good, I don't know. But he cries in everything. He's been gunning for an Oscar for years.
Yeah.
I Am Legend, Death, Dog Scene, like
After Earth with Jaden.
yeah, dude, After Earth. Give him an Oscar for best fucking tights in that
Fucking,
movie.
he was crying in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, mate.
Yeah, he's been acting his dick off for years.
Yeah.
He probably should have got one already, but like no one's wanted one more than Will Smith. And now when we look at the acceptance speech, it's all about the punch.
Yes.
You know, when you look at those, like when I go back and you can see Oliver Stone accepts Best Picture for Platoon in 1984, whenever the fuck it was. It's like that exists in a vacuum, and it's a moment in time of Oliver Stone did Platoon. That was a massive thing in America, Vietnam War. Like when we look back in 50 years and we go, oh yeah, Will Smith won his first Oscar for King Richard. No one remembers the actual Oscar now, and he's done that to himself with the slap.
He's tainted it.
He's tainted the whole day, his first ever Oscar, with this fucking slap. Even the speech is all about the slap.
Yeah. For standing up to be a hero to his wife about a joke that she had, like she was going to play G.I. Jane in the new movie because she's got alopecia, so she's bald. It's just a strange dynamic, like, because I think a lot of people see Will Smith as not disingenuous, but just like so perfect in like his presentation.
Yeah.
We've been saying it for years, dude, on this show. Like how fucking, when we talk about whenever we bring up like a Floodlights, like a fucking tortured artist who can't express well or doesn't market well, the person we always say is like, fuck, at least it's better than them being Will Smith.
Squeaky clean. Like you're so perfect, there's got to be something fucked up about you.
What skeletons are in your closet?
Yes, and it's him.
And now it's there, and I'm fucking stoked. Like the world can see it now. It's like there's your fucking skeletons.
He's actually just unhinged.
Been saying it for years. Will Smith is fucked in the head.
Yep, crazy.
It's funny though because like it's kind of come from like his wife. Like you know they had the whole open relationship, and then she's like,
Can you give me a rundown of that? Because I don't fucking know.
I'm only
I haven't
just
followed
like
it.
secondhand things I've sort of heard, but like.
It's the best we got right now.
Yeah. I think they had like an open relationship, maybe their whole marriage.
Okay.
And then I don't know, all those sort of interviews and stuff came out last year, and she was just gonna, I guess, just walking all over. I didn't think they were still together, to be honest.
Yeah.
But apparently she fucked like one of Jaden's mates. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
like that age group.
Like a 22-year-old like
rapper, SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah.
Holy
100%.
shit.
So like, it's very rocky there.
Dude, Jaden will be like, "Fuck off, mum."
Yeah.
And also Will.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's sort of why I didn't even think they were still with each other. Like,
yeah.
But anyway,
And then they show up together at the Oscars.
yeah, so I thought it was weird that he was kind of defending her when like she's kind of walked all over him. It seems at the last couple of years.
I did see a few comments that were like, "Will, you could have used this energy when she was fucking your son's mates."
Yeah.
Slap one of them around.
Yeah. Also
Yeah.
saw like if it was not Chris Rock, if it was The Rock up there. saying the joke, you just laugh.
Yeah,
Just loving it.
Yeah.
That's
good
what
joke.
I did think that. I was like, if it's Gervais up there, he said way more offensive shit. Does he get up and slap Gervais?
I did see Tom Segura put out a tweet and he was just like, Will Smith, you like smacked the shit out of a guy who's like 60 pounds lighter, 6 inches shorter than you, like you weak ass pussy MFer.
Good, dude. I'm glad someone fucking said it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Okay, if we get into it morally, this is a big, I think this has happened in like every group chat across the world, but like when you think of like who was in the right, obviously it's muddy and the joke was hectic and probably in poor taste and it's about a medical condition of your wife. Yes, that's a fucked up joke, but do you get to hit is there a line where someone says something where it's okay to hit them?
On stage.
Correct.
On stage.
Correct. And you're right. Joke that probably was made in poor taste. And like plenty of jokes have been made like that by Ricky Gervais and others before. Ricky Gervais does the Golden Globes. I don't think he does the Oscars.
Yes.
But
you know what I mean. Same thing.
But like like we spoke about it like in the opening where it's Schumer, Sykes, and Hall hosting. That we drew the parallel where they made a joke about, we thought Space Jam 2 should have won best CGI because LeBron's hairline looks fantastic in it. It's like, okay, you can't compare male pattern baldness with alopecia, but if you're making bald joke to bald joke,
Yep.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Like juxtaposition. Like.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
The point we made at the start of this, because like everyone has been so up in arms about you can't make a joke about a black woman's hair. Like that's a part of their culture. And apparently that's a line you can't cross. I wasn't really aware of, but and making any joke about someone's physical appearance while they're there is hectic. You can do it to LeBron. And LeBron's kind of unstoppable, so no one fucking bats an eyelid. But if you do it about Jada Pinkett Smith, almost the same joke, right? It's about a black person's hair. No one said shit about the LeBron joke. But then, I mean, would anyone have said anything about Jada Pinkett Smith, the Jada joke, if Will Smith didn't slap Chris Rock? Though?
If she
probably not.
She was and
probably would have flown under the radar.
She had every right to like react and
Roll
be
her
like,
eyes.
"That's disgusting." Like she basically like rolled her eyes and then was like, "Let's move on with the night."
And he laughs.
We spoke about like Tom and I spoke about this. Like, do you think he's laughing or do you think that he is such like a media trained drone that like he was just an autopilot of like, Chris Rock's up on stage. I can just like I can like rewatch the pilot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in my head while this is happening. And he's like laughing at an Uncle Phil joke. And he's like, wait, he just made a bald joke about my wife.
Terminator mode.
Yeah.
Dude. Terminator engaged.
Yeah.
It's fucked because a moment later after the slap, Diddy gets on stage and he's like joking about bringing some levity to the situation and going, Chris and Will, we're going to sort that out at the after party. Ha, it's all good. And you cut back to Will in the front row again and he's like laughing his ass off, that same fake laugh he was doing
and then
at the Chris Rock joke initially.
And 2 minutes later, he was crying on stage saying that he's the river between people and God.
Dude, that's what I mean. I just don't know if he is like constantly just just has that like just that fucking fake laugh on his face.
I think
you can just
it's like a bit of method acting just gone past. He's just finished up the gig and it's just continued through. He talks about being this protector in the movie, like he's protecting Serena and Venus Williams as King Richard. And it's kind of like
you mean the acceptance speech?
Yeah. He's saying like I have to protect my family, and he's kind of like he's just been muddled up, like he's still stuck in the role.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I felt like.
And he sees himself as this trailblazer for the black community and for human rights, which I mean he's been a massive icon in not only the black community but like in the arts for such a long time. That's like I get why you probably feel that way, but it just comes.
You're not a leader.
It comes off. It comes off very pretentious.
Yeah, like
and
why do
conceited.
actors are just fucking crazy? Like the fact that like Ricky Gervais nails it in one of his sets where he's just like, you contribute nothing to society. You're in no position to lecture the real world. You have no idea what the real world's like. Get up here. Don't tell us your thoughts and just go away.
Take the award.
Take the award and fuck off. Like, thank you, God. Thank your agent and fuck off. Why does every actor think that they like have an actual impact on society? Like, look to the heroes of your community. Look to your teachers or your doctors or your, fucking lawyers of your community, your fathers to lead the way, not fucking Will Smith.
It's probably because you sacrifice so much emotional toll to be a great actor.
Yeah, you're right.
And at the end of it, once you come to the realization of like, I just made yes, you made art, and yes, it could have changed culture, it could have changed the world in certain ways, but at the end of the day, you're making a movie, so you've got to find significance any way that you can, because you have spent such an emotional and psychological toll in getting to that point that I think you need to find any significance that you can. And if that means telling yourself that you are the fucking beacon of light to people you're the lighthouse to the ships in the dark. If you need to tell yourself that to get yourself to sleep, then so be it.
Yeah. You also you have to pump up your own tires so you can sleep at night. But also, we all pump up their tires. It would be hard to not believe the own shit that the own fart that people waft in your
Correct.
Yeah, like Will
Hollywood
Smith,
bubble.
you have 10 billion followers on Instagram. Like, you're going to get a big head from that.
And it's also
I think you can slap someone on stage.
It's symbiotic. Will Smith doesn't get those opportunities and can't act with that sort of conviction and confidence in his ability without 50 million people blowing smoke up his ass going, "You're fucking so cool in Fresh Prince. I love Men in Black."
Yeah. Men in Black's fucking sick, dude.
So good. Tommy Lee? Yeah.
Will, have you seen iRobot? That shit's fucking sick, dude. I watched it when I was in uni 8 times. But yeah, I just think his final speech, his acceptance speech was, he knew that he'd fucked up and he was doing a lot of damage control. Somehow he said, all right, I have to somehow tie in protecting my family in real life into this speech, and I have to cry about it.
Yeah.
How do I fit these pieces together? And it was a fucking mess.
Let me just turn the emotions right up to 12. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying to the boys. Like, okay, all these actors who cry in their acceptance speeches, like Gwyneth Paltrow's cried, Will Smith bawled his fucking eyes out. They're professional actors at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Are they... Will Smith cries in every fucking movie. If anyone can cry on cue, it's Will Smith. Are they just being really good actors at that point?
Yes.
Or are they actually feeling those emotions?
How do you tell?
No. Do they have real emotions?
Yeah. Like, where does... And that's the other question at the end of the day. Do they have real emotions? When does their work and their life stop? Does, like you said, King Richard fucking character just bleed into his real life and he forgot how to stop method acting? He's like, I'm still Venus's dad up here.
Yeah.
I'm the river to my people.
Yeah.
He compared himself to Jesus. And he said, just before this, Denzel said, at your highest moment, the devil will come to strike you down.
Yeah, or tempt you. Yeah.
Or tempt you. And I'm like, he just called Chris Rock the devil.
Yeah.
Because that's who he's referring to.
Yeah.
He's like, that little fucking...
And you know what?
Is the devil.
The devil called and you answered because you went up and smacked the shit out of him, you idiot.
Yeah. You fell into the devil's Venus flytrap.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude.
So,
Yeah, dude.
if you do want to catch any of the Oscars, you can stream it all back on 7+. You'll know because the thumbnail of it is the infamous slap, which again shows our main point. No one's tuning in to find out who won best score. No one's tuning in to find best...
was wearing.
Yeah. Oh, God. Nightmare. I'm not here to comment on women's fashion, but she's gross inside and out.
Who?
Amy Schumer.
Schumer, right. That's what I want to know. All of this that happened, what happened to... This all takes away from best costume design.
Or the deaf actor.
The deaf actor.
Yep.
Which was a fucking... Love this.
Yeah,
the claps.
The jazz hand for
claps.
claps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
Yeah.
It was wholesome. This is what I mean about if, it's always going to be the most progressive nominee will always win now. We got the second ever best supporting actor who was deaf.
That should have been the highlight of the night.
Should have been the highlight of the night. Now it's Will. Now it's Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Maybe he knew.
Can I ask a question?
You just did, but you can ask another
Can
one.
I ask one more?
You asked the, yep.
Can I ask another one?
You know where this is going, don't you?
I can ask a fourth, right?
You've just asked a fourth.
But
Proceed.
I'm good for 5. Go for 5.
That's fifth. You've asked 5.
So 6 is sweet.
6.
I'll go for 7 now. This is the last one.
There you go. That's a statement.
Okay. Yeah, I'll wrap it up.
Bingo!
He picks it up, people.
The guy, I think his name's Kurtz. What was the deaf actor's name? Kurt Kodok? Or the movie was called Coda.
That's a great.
Yeah,
that's a
movie was
great
great.
question.
He gets on stage and he tells a touching anecdote.
It's Troy Kotzer.
Troy Kotzer. And obviously he's a deaf man in real life, as is his character in the film. He's up there and he's signing his way through a speech, his acceptance speech, and the voice of the Academy is translating out to the people. My only question is, if he goes for too long, how do they play him off?
Lights.
Reverse clap.
They just start fucking like
They call him their boy.
miming a violin.
They call him one William Smith to get his fucking get his shiner ready.
He's knuckle dusters.
All right, you've given us the open hand. We want to see the pimp hand. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Slap him back into hearing.
Let me slap some ears into you. Okay.
Do you hear that?
Hey? Not so deaf anymore, are you, Chief? Oh, you heard that.
I'm going straight to hell. So Keith, Reece, Goon King.
Yes.
What would you rate the 2022 Oscars, my friend?
It wasn't. Yeah, it was tough watch. That was the only thing that brought it back was the slap. The only reason anyone's interested in it.
100%.
We're not doing an episode on it right now. If that doesn't happen.
I'll give it 2
Harsh critic.
2
Are we going out of 10 or out of 5?
out of 5.
Okay.
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 2 bruised cheekbones out of 5.
He slapped him so hard he probably bruised both cheekbones
Yeah.
and his butt cheekbones.
The bruise went through one cheek into the other.
Yeah.
It was so fucking
He clapped
hard.
those cheeks and he'll clap Jaden's later that night.
Clapped
Yeah.
those cheeks.
As long as Jaden's mate isn't already in the room.
He'll clap those too. He's that angry.
Will fucks Jaden's lover.
Come here.
You heard of Men in Black 2? Heard of Bad Boys? I'm a real bad boy.
Call me Jada. That's fucked.
Tom?
What do I give the Oscars out of 10 or out of 5? I give it 3 jazz hands out of 5.
Okay. 3 jazz hands out of 5.
Which
so
is also the deaf
so
signal
pretty
for
good. Pretty good. Pretty solid rating.
Pretty solid rating.
Okay, so you actually enjoyed your watch of it.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
You
all
watched
right.
the most
I
of it.
enjoyed it for the drama.
Okay, conflicting, but
I'd say that without the slap, it's a solid 1. But
So-
that moment was incredible.
so you did enjoy it.
As a whole,
Yeah.
the slap brings it up 2 points. That's how powerful that slap
Yikes.
was. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
The slap heard around the
The
world.
Richter scale.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. The biggest impact it's had is on our rating system.
Yeah, it slapped it
it up
right
2
in half.
notches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then put it up
Yeah,
to
it's usually out of 10. Slimcock coming in hard.
You know
then.
what?
I'm making changes.
not even not going to bat an eyeyelid there.
What would you rate it out of?
what
out
would
of whatever you'd like to rate it out of.
Doesn't matter because it's the same number. 0. Garbage. Absolute garbage. As you said, the Hollywood's elite sniffing their own farts and high-fiving each other and patting themselves on the back to arguably not the fakest, but one of the most hard to see, like ambiguous if they're genuine or not, personalities slapping someone and then getting up to portray himself as like the savior of pop culture. Amy Schumer, DJ Khaled, like there was a lot of things to not like and not a lot of things to like about it. I don't want to tune in ever again, and I never will. The only reason I would discuss it is if like a movie I want to see won an award or was nominated.
Fair enough.
So 0, I give it 0 poor choices for hosts out of 5.
Oh my god!
I award you no points. May God have mercy
May
on
God
your soul.
have mercy on your soul.
Zero.
Yeah.
Fat zilch.
Fucking, I've seen dog shits that are on fire that give me more fulfillment.
It is nice to see the Oscars burn. Like,
Yeah.
I know this will give it a ratings boost, but it's a bit of a circus now.
It's a circus, correct.
And if anything was to like go the way of the dodo, I'm fine with the Oscars being that.
Yeah. Oh, us fucking people who are like on average worth $50 million, we don't get our little party and show and dance anymore.
Our net worth is dropping by the minute.
It's
I'm going to get offered 9.8 instead of 9.9 for the next Terminator movie.
What are we gonna do? Streaming's taking over.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Why don't you listen to some, instead of paying for something, how about you watch something or listen to something that watches something that's free? It's all free. You've been listening to On the Air Tonight. Before we do say thank you,
my God.
I would just like to say, Keith, thank you so much for joining us this week.
No worries.
Is there any parting words of wisdom? Anything you'd like to let our ever exponentially growing audience know?
Exponentially expanding audience.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'd just like to say, cool coming on. I'd like to come back.
Mate,
Shout out to my roommate Eddie, and yeah, that's about it.
fan of the show.
Eddie.
Yeah, he is. I told him I was pulling out of the driveway, and he waved me off. I said, "I'll give you a shout out."
Beautiful. Beautiful.
He'll have to listen to the whole show to hear it.
Well, look,
Yeah, you're in the final 1 minute.
we got a chance to review your resume. We're not sure you're going to cut it for producer at this point in time. The position's not currently open, but
It's recruiting very heavily.
It's-
You've got a lot of competition there.
there's high demand and very low supply. Someone say zero supply of a job. Like, we don't have any money to give you. But
You can pay me in lifts.
just like the old days. But it's safe to say, mate, we'd love to have you back on the show again. Maybe watching some actual television this time.
Yeah.
Who knows? Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
It's been fun.
One day. Good to have you on Slimcock.
Yeah.
I think this is the longest conversation we've ever had in real life.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think you're right. To many more.
Isn't that beautiful?
Exactly.
Tom,
To
any
new friendships.
any fucking words you want to say to these people
I'll
listening?
see you next week.
Thank you so much for joining us on the air tonight. If you did enjoy this content, we'd say share it with a friend or family member. Get the good word of OTAT out there. Subscribe to YouTube, like our videos, comment on them. Just get amongst it. And
Watch the Oscars, boycott the Oscars, and jump on OTAT. Free-to-air television is the way of the future. That is all that I'll say. Free-to-air television is the way of the future, and it is striking fear into Hollywood's elite.
Exactly right.
They're scared as their net worth drops, the free-to-air's strength grows.
Your homework for this week, send in your dreams, whatever dreams they are, I'll unpack them. Go on to Will Smith's socials and comment famous Chris Line stand-up comedy lines on his social boards.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah, dude. I'm with you. Yeah. Bonanza!
Yeah.
What does he say in Madagascar? Like fucking one of his...
I'm a giraffe. No, he's not even in the giraffe, is
I'm a
he?
zebra.
I'm a zebra. Am I black with white stripes or white with black stripes?
Boom diggity!
Don't know why he sounds like Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah. Jewish zebra jokes forever.
We'll catch you next time.
Bye.